Good afternoon, everyone. Can we give it up for the Magee nurses? Can we give it up? I don't think that was a loud enough. Let's send a louder message. Come on. I want to congratulate the nurses for demonstrating what it means to work together. More importantly, to believe in one another, to be there for one another. Because you don't get through this unless you truly have meaningful relationships with one another. And when you're able to get through something that is meaningful, that will go down in the history of this city as demonstrating what people can do when they pull together to form a union, we should all be excited about today. We should all be ecstatic about today. We should be happy because we demonstrated what people can do when they come together. And so I just want to thank the nurses for their unwavering faith in keeping the spirit of making sure that we have a promise of a better tomorrow. And they accomplished that. And this is for everybody else out there that believes and knows that we're a union town. This happens when solidarity comes together in a meaningful way to organize for a better city, a better Pittsburgh, a better union, a better people. I couldn't be more proud. Where's Claire at, Duffus? Where's she at? I was going to look. I was going to get this name right. If I didn't, even on the way up here, I said Summer Lee. Did I get it right? Let's give it up.
Hello, my name is Claire Duffus, and I've been a registered nurse in Magee's Mother Baby Unit for the past 4 years. Thank you for all of your invaluable support, Mayor Gainey, and all the elected leaders around our region. I'd like to thank the elected officials who are here today, Senator Lindsey Williams, Senator Nick Piscitano, Councilwoman Erica Strasburger, Representative Lindsey Powell, and all of the other elected officials who have stood by us publicly through this fight, including Senator Bernie Sanders, Congressman Chris Deluzio, Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis, Barb Warwick, Bobby Wilson, Bethany Hellman, Dan Grisbeck, Dan Frankel, Latasha Mays, Jessica Benham, Dan Deasy, Joe McAndrew, Dan Miller, Arion Abney, Arvind Venkat, Wayne Fontana, Jay Costa, Kahari Mosley, Dan Gogner, and Abigail Salisbury. Sorry for anybody's name I mispronounced. I am so proud to be standing here with my fellow Magee nurses, advanced practitioners, patients, elected officials, and community members today to celebrate our historic accomplishment. By a significant majority, we voted to form our union, which means more time with our patients and a seat at the decision-making table to ensure the highest standards of care. I grew up surrounded by strong, compassionate women in nursing, and they inspired me to follow in their path. And I have been honored to help care for my grandmother all of my life. Caregiving is my calling. I fell in love with caring for mothers and their newborn babies, and I continue to truly love doing my job. At Magee, we have the most complex cases from all around our region. I love spending the necessary time with each of my patients, educating them and preparing them for the next joyful and rewarding stage of their life. But too often, our staffing levels and the lack of resources we are given mean we cannot deliver the kind of care our patients need and deserve. Time and again, I have watched countless new and promising nurses come in with high expectations, only to find that UPMC falls short of providing them with what they need to be successful, and they move on. Nursing is a women-led profession, compassionate, highly skilled, and indispensable. But compared to many male-dominated fields, our pay, parental leave, core benefits, and yes, even health coverage still lag. In the thick of a severe nursing crisis, expectations climb, acuity rises, and we are expected to do more with less while being denied the basic support that all workers deserve. This week, my colleagues and I took the first step in a new direction for healthcare workers and nurses in our region. Nurses and advanced practitioners from our hospital in every department, every clinic, and every experience level will soon have the opportunity to make their voices heard. Whether you voted yes or no, this union is yours. Now we all have a seat at the table, and we welcome all voices to be a part of the process, because at the end of the day, the fact remains that we are stronger together. This is a historic moment for all of us. This was the largest nurse union election in recent Pennsylvania history. And we now stand with union nurses at West Penn, Allegheny General, and hospitals across the state. And by judging by the overwhelming response from nurses at other hospitals, I know many more nurses will be inspired to unite with us. Am I right? And that starts with our very own advanced practitioners here at Magee, whose vote is coming up on September 6th and 9th. We have your backs 100%. We hope that our advanced practitioner colleagues will join us because we have a stronger voice for our patients when we are together. In the recent weeks leading up to our vote, I've heard from nurses nearly every day, not only from Pennsylvania, but across the country, sharing their support and eagerness to organize their workplaces too. We know change is coming. Together, we will transform nursing and our healthcare system to ensure that patients always come first. As nurses, we've learned over the years that no one is coming to save us except us. If we want better healthcare system for our nurses and patients, we need to be the ones making decisions, not UPMC's board of corporate executives who have almost no medical experience whatsoever. That's why we started this. Of course, we are disappointed and exhausted by the amount of resources that UPMC spent on legal tactics and on campaigning every single day inside our hospital to try and stop us from having a voice. But we are hopeful that UPMC will respect our clear majority decision of its nurses, and we're ready to partner with UPMC and Magee leadership openly and respectfully to make Magee the best it can be for our patients, our profession, and all of Pittsburgh. Yes. I am confident that we can make decisions together that put patients first and strengthen nursing. It has been incredibly inspiring to have so much support from our elected officials, patients, community members, and union nurses from across the state. My nurse colleagues and I are deeply, deeply grateful that you've had our backs. Your words of encouragement have filled our hearts to the brim and given us the courage to keep moving forward. With that, I'd like to introduce one of our most outspoken, tireless, and steadfast champions, County Executive Sarah Innamorato.
Congratulations, Magee nurses! Ah! Today is a good day in Pittsburgh. Today is a historic day in Pittsburgh. And I have to say, walking up here and getting and receiving hugs, every nurse that I talked to said thank you to me. And sorry, it's making me emotional. And I have to say, thank you. There is an incredible amount of gratitude that we all owe you for doing something so selfless, so inspiring, and so brave to fight against a behemoth and an anti-union campaign to come together in solidarity and form this union. It is so incredible. And in these days, sometimes we're in a hope deficit. And when we can experience this moment, when we're coming together with all of our nurses, with the community, with elected officials, it just is so inspiring. And you give me hope that we can do so much locally here when we work together. And I know that we are going to build a better and more compassionate healthcare system for workers and patients alike. We will do it together. So thank you for that hope. Thank you. Because we know at the core of what happened in forming this union, it was really about patient care. It was really about making sure these nurses can do their jobs, that they can be at the bedside, that they can provide that care, that they can have decisions that impact their ability to provide the care. And they really want to make sure that Magee is the best place to practice nursing, that it's the best hospital for moms and babies and everyone who walks through their doors. So we are grateful. Yes, I am grateful as an elected official, as a leader of this county, and I know so many community members across Allegheny County are grateful as well. And we know, right, Pittsburgh is a union town, that our right to organize is sacred, and that when workers win a voice, we know our whole community is stronger because of that. And I just have one thing to say to UPMC. Your nurses have spoken. It is time to respect their decision and get to the bargaining table as soon as possible. So congratulations again. I am so proud to have stood with you, to stand with you on this historic day, and I'm not going anywhere. We got your back, and we're here for the next election and the next contract. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to introduce one of Magee's certified nurse midwives, Ronnie Getz.
First of all, I want to congratulate my nursing coworkers on winning your hard-fought, inspiring, and absolutely historic union election. My name is Ronnie Getz, and I've been a certified nurse midwife at Magee for 6 years. I'm one of the advanced practice nurses who will be voting in our own union election on September 6th and 9th. I became a midwife because I wanted to provide sexual and reproductive health care in a way that would put my core beliefs into practice. For me, midwifery is one of the most direct forms of activism and advocacy to improve the health of our communities. And considering our current maternal health crisis and the significant racial disparities in maternal and infant mortality, particularly here in Pittsburgh, public health experts point to midwives as an integral part of the solution. Day to day, this looks like meeting people where they are, truly listening to them, and working in partnership to make empowered and informed healthcare decisions. I've caught hundreds of babies, and I can't even count how many pap smears I've collected or IUDs I've inserted. People often forget that this work also includes holding space for trauma and loss. I'm honored every day to support women and families through some of the most joyful, challenging, and momentous times in their lives. I think I speak for all my nursing colleagues when I say that we entered the healthcare workforce driven by our values. We are nurses because we want to care for people. But increasingly, we're experiencing the impossible challenge of too many patients and not enough time. While we're driven by our values, the current healthcare industry is driven by profit, and it is wreaking havoc on our ability to provide the highest standard of care. And the moral injury of being forced to do more with less leads many of us to leave this profession we deeply love. Nurses of all types have been advocating for change within Magee's internal channels for a long, long time. We have brought up concerns about unsustainable workloads and scheduling, about being undervalued and underpaid, about the extreme difficulty of maintaining work-life balance, about the insufficient parental leave in a profession that is largely made up of women, many of whom are the primary breadwinner for their family. And most importantly, we have called for more time with our patients. Every patient deserves high-quality wraparound care. Yet these days, patients are more often medically complex, have limited resources, or a difficult social situation at home, and thus require extra time for hands-on clinical care, education, and support. But despite sharing these concerns consistently in surveys and meetings, we have yet to see serious, lasting improvements. Instead, our nurses have endured an aggressive union-busting campaign over the last 3 months, and many have endured it for many years. And now this is being turned toward us advanced practice providers as we approach our election. In fact, the hospital president has scheduled a town hall this week for advanced practitioners where we expect to receive anti-union misinformation. As medical professionals, we think of ourselves as having a shared mission in healthcare, particularly alongside our managers and supervisors who are in the trenches with us. But when the insurance executives, with the help of an expensive legal firm, direct our managers to misinform and pressure us, it creates uncomfortable tension, which calls into question whether we do actually share the same goals of high-quality patient care and retention of our valued nurses and advanced practitioners. That is why we decided to form our union, because it has become abundantly clear that no one is going to fix these problems except for us. The nurses, the nurses, nurse practitioners, and midwives who do the work of caring for patients every single day. When you're just one person in a giant health system, it's easy to become disillusioned and accept the status quo. But if I've learned one thing from standing together with my nursing colleagues over these last 18 months organizing our union, we are so much stronger together. Not only can we have higher expectations for the wealthiest health system in our state, but we must. This is about something so much bigger than any one of us. Our union of Magee nurses and advanced practice providers is about supporting the next generation, building a legacy at Magee instead of getting burned out and leaving after just a few years. Our union is about advocating for work-life balance so that our own families and children can thrive, and for better pay and benefits that won't leave us in medical debt to our own employer. Our union is about making sure medical professionals have a say in how our hospital's massive budget is spent. Our union is about nurses who remain the most trusted profession, continuing to be true patient advocates for our whole community. We are standing up for a vision of healthcare where our patients, not profits, are the #1 priority always. And that is why my coworkers and I are voting union yes on September 6th and 9th.
Thank you, Ronnie. Next up, we have Rich Shavani, who is the president of USW Locals 1088.
My name is Rich Schiavone. In 1978, I was born at Magee Hospital. And now I'm the president of United Steelworkers Local 1088. My union represents faculty at Point Park University, at Robert Morris University, and here in Oakland at the University of Pittsburgh. On behalf of over 4,000 faculty under contract with the steelworkers in our region, on behalf of our elected allies, our communities, our families, and all of your future union siblings, we celebrate you and your victory. Almost 20 years ago, I was called to be a teacher. I was called to make the lives of my students better through an education. My union journey started in 2014 when I was an adjunct professor at Point Park University. At the time, I was working 4 jobs just to make ends meet. That morning, I was sitting in our coffee shop on campus, and an organizer sat down next to me, opened up a newspaper, leaned over, and said, "Professor Schiavone, would you be interested in helping us form a union here at Point Park?" His message was clear. We deserved a voice. We deserved a seat at the table. If our bosses were going to use our degrees, if they were going to use our knowledge, if they were going to use our expertise, then we deserved to be there with the decision makers, because we were the decision makers also. That's the same thing that you fought for and won. Your voice, your seat at the decision-making table will make your jobs better. It will make them safer. It will make your family's lives better. And most important of all, the seat at the table that you fought for means that you are going to have a hand in deciding how best to provide care for the people that walk through the doors of Magee Hospital. In a few days, the advanced practitioners will have their union election. Right now, we call on UPMC to stop wasting resources that could be used for patient care on high-priced lawyers and union avoidance law firms. Instead of using those resources to improve job conditions and staffing, to provide resources for professional healthcare workers, they'll waste it in an attempt to deny workers their rights. We call on UPMC to halt spreading misinformation and intentionally trying to divide and mislead those advanced practitioners and every other worker that deserves a voice and a seat at the table. We call on UPMC to recognize the nurses union at Magee, to sit down at the table, bargain a fair contract, and recognize the place that those nurses fought for and won. In a union, we always say that when we fight, we win. And when we do it together. Nurses, advanced practitioners, professors, researchers, our communities, our elected officials, our friends, and our families. When we stand together, undivided, we can move a large healthcare corporation like UPMC to change when they hear our voice. Solidarity for all, solidarity forever, because when we fight, we win.
Thank you, Rich. Next up, I'd like to invite Billie Jo White up here. She's one of our nurses.
Hello. We're really here. It feels so fantastic, thank you, to have worked on this for so long, and now to be proudly standing here with all of you as our brand new union of Magee nurses. My name is Billie Jo White. I've been a registered nurse for 6 years. I work weekend night shifts in Magee's adult intensive care unit. I went into medicine because when I was in high school, my dad was sick with cancer. We were at doctor's appointments all the time, and I wanted to understand what was going on. I wanted to pay the compassionate care that my dad received forward to other patients and families, especially in my hometown of Pittsburgh. But nursing has been very challenging. In the ICU, our patients are extremely sick, often hanging on by a thread, and require so much time for their care. Many of them do not have any family who comes see them. Forming our union is about advocating for the highest quality care for our patients, and that means more time with patients. Every single one of us has experienced the exhausting pace of our healthcare system, and as nurses, we can feel and see the mental and emotional impact on the people we care for when we are short-staffed and forced to rush. I always want to have time to sit and hold the hand of my patients when they are scared, especially if they are going to pass, because oftentimes us nurses are the only solace they have in that moment. We have been working for over a year and a half to build our union, because as frontline nurses who are trained patient advocates, we know that a push for more time with patients is only going to come from us. I'm hoping that our advanced practitioner colleagues, many of whom we work with closely, unite with us for the strongest voice. By all of us working together, we can maintain what is already great about our jobs and solve any concerns we have. Our contract negotiations will be highly welcoming and inclusive. It doesn't matter how you voted. We want everyone in every job title, department, and clinic to participate. Your voice will be heard. It's also my sincerest hope that we can build a positive, collaborative relationship with UPMC and Magee to ensure our patients always come first and we can remain by their side. I know that nurses, advanced practitioners, and UPMC Magee leadership all share the same goal of wanting the very best for our patients. And that is the strong foundation we will start our contract negotiations from. Thank you to our elected officials, patients, and community for your outpouring of support, which has meant the world to us. We want input from our community as we move forward with our negotiations. It's a new day for nursing and a new day for our healthcare system in Pennsylvania. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy Joe. Lastly, I'd like to invite Congresswoman Summerlee up to speak.
It is a good afternoon. I don't even have to ask. Good afternoon. First things first, I want to just echo the thanks. The thank you to all of our nurses who just never gave up. Thank you to the organizers who put in work day after day, week after week, year after year. Thank you to SEIU for having the backs when it mattered most. This victory didn't just happen overnight. It was built. We fought for it. You earned it. Almost 1,000 nurses stood up and said, we ain't gonna count however many people voted which way. 1,000 nurses stood up though, and they said we deserve respect and a voice, and they deserve power to fight back for their patients. This is historic, and it is so powerful. And let us be real. We know that UPMC threw everything they had at you. Lawyers, union busters, scare tactics, meetings that pulled you away from your patients. But here is what they could not break: your solidarity and your courage and your love for the people who you care for. That is why we're standing here today. That's why you won. Now, I do also want to speak directly to UPMC. This election is over. These nurses spoke. Their ballots were counted. And it is what it is. So here is clearly the campaign, the propaganda, the delay tactics. It's time that it ends. It's time that you stop stalling, that you stop wasting millions of dollars fighting the very people that keep your hospitals running. Nurses don't need another lawyer in a boardroom. Nurses need safe staffing on the floor. Nurses need respect at the bedside. So it's time. Sit down. Face your workers and bargain in good faith. Meet with these nurses and let's get a fair contract. Because This city is watching. This Commonwealth is watching. This country is watching you right now. And we will not let you silence these nurses. UPMC may be the biggest private employer in Pennsylvania, but you all just proved that when workers stand together and they advocate together, we win together. And when you win, patients win, families win, our entire community wins. That's why this fight matters so much. It's about the kind of healthcare system that we all deserve. It's one where the people who do the healing have the power to shape the care. So today we celebrate. Tomorrow, we keep on fighting. And soon, we will be back here celebrating your first contract. So congratulations, Magee nurses, advanced practitioners. Congratulations to our union, not just SEIU, to our entire labor movement in this moment where we will not fall victim to anti-labor sentiments anywhere in this country. We stand with you every step of the way. And we await for the next battle on our hands. So thank you all so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for your fight.
Thank you, Congresswoman. I want to again say directly to UPMC and Magee leadership, we look forward to working positively with you to ensure the highest standards for patient care and nursing for years to come. And to our advanced practitioner colleagues, let us know what you need as you go forward. We are in this together on behalf of our patients, our hospital, and our entire community. Thank you.